Hey guys, welcome back to video report number 4. I'm Hudson.
I'm Artem.
And I'm Tyler.
And we're missing Rick.
So since the last video with power, we've been talking about the fuel gauge, and now with this video we want to update you on what we've done so far. We worked a little bit more with the power topologies, meaning how do we step up and down the voltages throughout the device, and part of that is using buck and boost converters as well as linear regulators. And so that has to deal a lot with the efficiency or the cost of the device itself. We're also looking still at the battery, what kind of battery can we use in terms of cost and efficiency. And then the last part of this is working with the protection of the device. So then what happens if you have a battery plugged in the wrong way, or there's some kind of spike in voltage that comes across the device? How do we dissipate that? In addition, we're also looking at the startup sequence of the device, meaning what happens if we want to start this device up with battery and then eventually switch it over to power coming from kind of some alternator or generator from the bike itself. How do we have control logic to do that?
So in the last video we talked about which processor we're actually going to use. Now I'm going to talk about how we're going to program the processor. We'll actually be using Atmel Studio. It's free software that Atmel provides to program their processors in C. And here is the actual UI for the Studio. Here is the actual programming window, and you have your debugging interfaces and everything. So far I've written code to read the serial strings that the GPS sends out, and then I take the serial strings and I parse them into the actual location, time, and other things. This is the debugging window that Atmel Studio has in it. So right here I'm printing the latitude, longitude, the date, the hours, minutes, and seconds. So these are actually variables in there, and we can actually see them while they're changing, so it's pretty cool. And I can take the latitude and longitude and put it in Google Earth, and I get exactly the location that the GPS is at, so it is actually working correctly.
So since the last video, we've done some work on user interface for our iOS app. You can see the first version of that. We got a couple of different views that you can use. So we got the general view where you see all the vehicles moving around on the map, and you got an individual view where you can click on a single vehicle and some data will display relevant to that vehicle so you can track it more accurately.